Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome on into another episode of Weekend Joe here on ClaibsOnline.com. We are driven each and every week by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Alton Toyota. A very special week here on Claibs Online. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Andy Hanselman. Andy, hello.
Well, hello, Joseph.
I know that you, before we get into everything that's going on this week, I should let the listeners know that that you're a little under the weather today, aren't you?
I am. I've been battling a cold. I caught it at darn John Vaughn's wedding on Saturday.
Did anybody else? Have you talked to John about it?
I have not.
He's probably on his honeymoon.
I don't want to bother him with it.
You text Doug and say, "Hey, Doug, I'm sick. Has anybody else gotten sick?"
Yeah, I'm going to hold Doug personally liable for it.
You should bother Doug and text him and ask how everybody else is feeling.
Yeah, it's exactly what I need to do, and I'm sure that's the least of his worries right now.
Right. So I saw many videos, many pictures from that. Looks like you had a grand time there, and it was nice to see Doug out there on the dance floor until his son started grinding on him, and then I think Doug left the dance floor.
No, that's not what happened. Actually, that happened. All that happened kind of early.
Okay.
Because we had a very, very short amount of time to dance and have fun, only about 2 hours.
Okay.
So I played a lot of bangers at the top, Joe, is what we call them in the industry, bangers, and so Doug really hung out on the dance floor most of the evening.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. He was out there. He talked to his brother-in-law and I think it's his wife's sister. I don't know. I'm not sure the exact relation. But he talked to his brother-in-law, talked to friends and family out there. They had a wonderful, wonderful time.
I don't know the next wedding that I'm going to be attending, and I'm upset with that because I like to dress nice, and that's something I don't do day by day. Like Andy, last weekend I joked that it was one of the worst weekends in the past 2 years because Friday night, I went to see AEW wrestling out at Chaffetz.
Yeah.
Then Saturday night, I went to Enterprise to see Luke Combs.
Right.
And then Sunday, I had Glory Pro. I had to wear real pants at all three of those events.
Oh my goodness gracious, how awful.
Jean pants to all three of those. I honestly could not tell you the last time Andy, honestly, it would have had to have been the Miami Super Bowl. So January of 2020 would have been the last time that I have worn pants, not sweatpants. We're talking real, either slacks or jeans 3 days in a row or more.
So in the summertime, and pretty much as soon as it's warm enough, I'm wearing shorts to work.
Yeah.
Until it's cold enough. So really, I've just started wearing jeans every day to work. I think this may be the first week that I have worn jeans every day to work, or khakis.
Yeah,
so I feel your pain.
Busy weekend, but nonetheless, like tomorrow night, Andy, Friday night, I guess when people are listening to this. So tonight, I'm going to the SLU basketball game, going there. So I'll be back at Chaffetz again, second Friday in a row.
Yes,
for that. But I'm wearing sweatpants there. I'm wearing sweatpants. I don't know why I wore jeans to the to AEW. I don't understand why I did that. Now that I'm like thinking back on it,
why is it okay to wear sweatpants to a basketball game?
Oh, it's an athletic event. I've gotten comfortable when I go to a Cardinal game as a fan. I wear basketball shorts.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I like to kind of dress up a little bit.
Oh, I'll throw on one of my giveaway shirt tops, and I go basketball shorts. Unless it's the Hawaiian button down Cardinal shirt giveaway, then I'll wear a nice pair of shorts with those.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah,
you do you, boo. That's all I got to say about that.
But I'll do that. But then, you know what? As I said, big week here for Claibs Online as Mike Claiborne goes into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame this weekend, officially inducted. So it will be a party all weekend long for that. He's having a get together Saturday night, and then the ceremony Sunday. I don't know the time. I have asked very little questions as to when and where and everything that is on Sunday. I have been sent what the dress code is on Sunday.
What do you have to wear, Joe?
It's Andy. It's all over the place.
Joe, I will
read you the text that I was sent for this. It says business casual, jacket and slacks or a sweater. I will wear a suit, and some of the honorees will, but most people are dressing down these days.
I would say business cash with a nice blazer is probably the way to go.
I was gonna say, yeah, maybe a nice sweater over top a nice pair of dress jeans or something. I don't know.
Yes, dark jeans, Joe.
Dark jeans, of course. So
dark jeans, and I think a tie sounds like it'll be too much.
I'm gonna wear a tie to the little shindig on Saturday. I went and I bought a new one. I bought a new tie today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So
does it have pictures of claims on it?
It does not. I'm upset. I'm upset. And I'll say it here because the chances of me finding it in the next 24, 36 hours are very unlikely because I have since found them online and I'm pissed at myself for not thinking of this.
The Vince McMahon ties?
No, those things, Andy, I have been searching for those things for at least 5 years now. They don't exist.
You still haven't found them?
They don't exist. I truly think either he has them specially made to where they know exactly where the knot is on his tie and they make them such that he has his ties specially made. Either that or there is some attachment that goes over the knot of the tie that makes it different colored. Those are my two working theories with it, Andy, because I have looked, I have searched so high and low on Google for those ties, and I cannot find it anywhere.
Dolce Punta.
Is that where you're finding it? Is that what you're finding?
Dolce Punta tie.
I don't know. But anyway, the idea that I had that I am very upset about is that I should have ordered a pair of socks that had carrot cake on them.
Oh no.
That was the idea that I realized today, and I'm very upset with myself because that would have just been amazing.
Yeah, there's some right there. You can Google carrot cake socks, and there they are.
But there's no way that you could get those within. I'd be able to get those.
No, I don't think so, Joe.
No. I'm looking at these Dolce Punta ties that you just mentioned. I don't see the multicolored.
I don't either. That's.
Did you just search what kind of ties Vince McMahon wears?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no. That's why
I realized you've done that. I just realized and didn't know if you hadn't done it lately, and maybe there was some new information out there.
He hasn't been on TV. He hasn't been on TV in a really long time. I mean, the fact of the matter is he's getting up there in age. So. There, I just found something that says blue contrast knot tie set by Paul Malone. It's something I just found with that. So I found Paul Malone ties.
Post Malone, better now.
No. Paul Malone. That's Post's brother, probably.
Paul Cavallini.
And this, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how this tie works. Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking here at this, and God, these ties look so damn fancy. But
They're really fancy.
There's one. There is one.
And what side are you looking at there, Mike?
What?
What side are you looking at there?
I am looking at paulmalone.com. Not Carl Malone. Not Carl. Not
PaulCavallini.com.
Paul Malone is what I found. I'm sending it to you in the private chat here that we have going for this show, Andy. Show that it's going to be a little shorter than usual, at least our part of the show, due to you feeling a bit under the weather. So we will not keep it too long, just for your your benefits.
Joe, they have ties for fat guys.
I don't know what is a tie. What is a tie for a fat guy?
They're super long.
Oh, okay.
I can't wear regular ties, Joe.
Gotcha.
They're too short.
Do you see what I sent you?
Oh, hang on. Let me look here real quick. in the private chat.
But how do you tie that? Like, I'm so confused as to how this works.
Oh, there it is. All right. And so just imagine it's just one side is the paisley, the other side is the gray.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's all that is.
Huh. So the two-sided tie, aren't those considered like cheap?
Hang on.
Like a double-sided tie, isn't that something you're like, oh, I can wear it twice now?
No, not well. First of all, I'm surprised this tie's only $20. I don't believe that Vince McMahon's wearing a $20 tie.
Hey, they've made a lot of cuts. They have made a lot of cuts over the past few months and 2 years. You never know.
No. So just the long, just imagine that the fat side has the paisley on it,
right?
And then the skinny side just has the gray on it. So they wouldn't be reversible. Just that when you tie it and you bring the knot around over your hooks and loops and stuff it down through.
I don't know. If this tie is only $10, I'm going to buy a few of them for the Super Bowl coming up in a few months. I will buy every single tie that they have that is multicolored.
There's actually a video, contrast knot ties and how to tie them.
Contrast knot ties.
It's on that page. It's on that link you sent me.
I don't know. I'm going to spend a stupid amount of money on ties. And Andy, I might wear ties 365 days a year. 12 days out of the year.
Right.
So yeah, that's we'll figure that out. Hey Joe, who's on the show this week? Well, thank you for asking, Andy.
You're welcome.
This week on the show, I am very excited that we have Dan Shaughnessy from the Boston Globe on the program this week. He has a new book out about the 70s and 80s Boston Celtics. But outside of that, Dan and I talk a little bit about Boston versus St. Louis sports and the rivalry that they've had. Really, I mean, it's been forever, but over the past 2 decades, when you think about Boston and St. Louis sports and the championships that those franchises have gone against each other in. So we have him coming up on the show. And then, Andy, it has been months since I have had a chance to talk with Matt Snyder. And we catch up and we talk for a long time. Like I'm talking 35 minutes or so that Matt and I end up talking about baseball and the offseason and the World Series and all kinds of stuff that Matt and I go over. So it's a fun conversation.
A wonderful longtime friend of the show. Did
you know? I don't think I brought this up last week. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter either. I offered to buy him dinner at the World Series.
I did not see this.
Yes, I offered to buy him dinner at the World Series, and he never responded to me. I should have texted him. I did tweet it to him, so that's on me. That's my fault. But
why were you going to buy him dinner?
So he when he was in Atlanta, this was Game 5. I believe when he posted this, it was the Southern Cycle Burger. Andy, it was 2 cheeseburgers, braised short rib, caramelized onion, cheese, crispy bacon, tomato, shredded lettuce, and 2 soft fried eggs on a toasted bread.
Okay, very
for $27.
Large. Okay.
I told him I would Venmo him $27 if he would buy it, eat it, and give a review on Twitter.
And he ignored you. Did you bring it up during the interview?
I did. He said that there was no way he was going to eat that.
Uh-huh.
I made the same offer to Ryan Fagan of Sporting News too, and he immediately turned me down.
Joe, these guys just don't share our gluttonous ways.
I think so. This past year, I was telling him that this past year I was collecting the helmet nachos.
Yep.
I think next year the play when I do baseball games, and remind me of this, is find the most expensive, ridiculous, stupid menu item that ballpark has, eat it, and give a review. I think that's what needs to be done.
I think so.
Yeah.
it seems like an attainable thing to do.
Right. And I think my first game of the year might be in Wrigley next year already, because I found out this past week, my cousin, who usually I go up to games and we do rooftops every year, he had been on the waiting list for 13 years for season tickets.
Oh my goodness.
For the Cubs, and finally got season tickets for next year. I feel bad for him because, I mean, they're in a rebuild right now, and he is just thrilled for that. And the Cubs' second home game of the season is against the Cardinals this year. I mean, their first home game is against them, but there's no way I'm asking him to take me to the home opener because I know he has a fiance. So I figured that's something for them. So I was like, hey, game 2. Cubs Cardinals, it's my birthday. And he's like, you're coming up. I said, okay. So we got to find whatever the fattest, most expensive thing on the Cubs menu is.
I wonder what it would be.
If it doesn't have the word trough in it, then they marketing people there just failed just hugely.
Right.
There. So that's, again, something to look forward to for next year, Andy, as we will roll on through the months. And Matt Snyder and I talk about the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, and what it means for the offseason and when we think baseball will return after they lock out here in about 18 days and how long and what that might look like going in to the offseason. So we cover all that. So we'll talk about all that coming up in the interview with Matt Snyder. So something to look forward to there next week on the show. You can expect a lot of talk about what we have this weekend, what we have going on this weekend. Last weekend it was really a lot of. I mean, Luke Combs put on a hell of a show on Saturday night. AEW, I had no intention of going. Andy, when you and I recorded this on Thursday, I had no intention of going to AEW on Friday night, and then Corey Inskip, sponsor of the show, texted me that he had tickets for it. So I told Hudson, I said, let's go. Let's, you know what? We'll go out. We'll go get some burgers. We went to Bootleg and Barbecue. We got some burgers from there, and then we went over to Shafitz for the show.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it was a fun night for that, and then we're gonna go back there for some Billikens basketball, and I'll make sure to lock my car.
Yeah, don't get your car stolen.
Yeah, so I will do that there. So, Andy, that being said, I said this was gonna be a little shorter than usual, so it's time now to hit the music. And with that, Andy, it is time for our Pick'em, our Claibs Online football picks. This is week 10 of the season. Our picks each and every week, brought to you by Kevin Miller of Caldwell Banker Gundaker. Find him online at smartmovestl.com, and Triken Consulting, the leading pre-employment background investigation company in the metro area. With more than 50 years of combined experience, your agency can be certain that your candidate for hire has been fully vetted. Find them online at triken.net, triken.net. That's triken.net. Andy, I don't know if you looked at the standings, but oh my goodness, we have ourselves a bit of a race,
a hootenanny, if you will, Joe.
Yeah, I've slipped up. I've definitely dropped the ball here the past few weeks, and I have allowed every single person back into this.
Did I go 0-4 as well last week, though?
I don't know, Andy. You're 4 behind me right now, so I don't know what you went. Me, Claves, and Howard Richards are all 22 and 23. Brian Hoffman is 21 and 24. Frank is 20 and 25. You and Ben Boyd are 18 and 27. That's not too far off. That's really not. So
nope.
A lot of catching up here. So this week, as per the request of Mike Claiborne, he asked for 7 games. I put 6 games on the schedule. 6 games on there. I went and I searched out some good ones. I feel like I've put a few trap games on here too. And judging by the picks I have in, we'll see which direction everyone wants to go, because we're starting in the NCAA in college football with the Cincinnati Bearcats, Andy, traveling down to Florida to take on South Florida this week. The Bearcats are undefeated. but they are getting zero respect from the college football playoff committee as they are undefeated, and they are currently not sitting in the top 4. They are 5th ranked. Andy, South Florida is 2-7. They are bad. The spread is 23.5.
Wow.
Claibs, Hoff, and Frank have already picked Cincinnati. Are you bold enough to go against that and pick South Florida?
Negative, Joe. I'm going Cincinnati.
Same. Same. I want to. Oh, I want to, but
why'd you put that game on there?
Because I really, really do think this is I could see this being a trap game.
Yeah.
If you look at who Cincinnati has left on their schedule, they have games left. They are playing at South Florida, then SMU, and then Eastern Carolina.
Okay. Could be.
Yeah. It could. I don't. I mean, you just don't know. You don't know where they might slip up.
No, you sure don't, Joe.
But I do think everybody's going to take Cincinnati in this one, which gives everybody a W. Gives everybody a win. Next up, though, this one should be a little closer. It is number 8 Oklahoma. They're 9-0 against number 13 Baylor. They're 7-2. Andy, Oklahoma 5.5-point favorites for this game.
Joe, I'm not doing my usual research on these this week. I'm going to go Baylor.
Any reason why?
I like Baylor at home.
You know, Baylor or Oklahoma being undefeated, I'm going with them, and I think the committee is not too big a fan of them because of their quarterback situation they have going on right now. But a Big 12 team to be 9-0 and to be on the outside looking in is so disrespectful.
Really disrespectful.
It's unbelievable that they're there right now, and I think it's going to piss them off, and I think it's going to lead them to victory. So there you go. There's the 2 college games on the schedule for this week. Next up, it is Browns at Patriots. We go to the NFL.
Joe, it's always tough to beat New England at home. I'm going to stick with that thinking and stick with your New England Patriots.
That's where Claibs, Hoff, and Frank all went. That's where they decided to go with this one. You know what? Browns had a huge win last week. They got rid of the problem in the clubhouse that was Odell Beckham. I think the Browns continue to win. I think the Browns go into Cleveland, and I think they take the victory here. So I'm going against what you, Claibs, and Frank and Hoff all say, and I'm going Browns in this one. Do want to note, too, Howard Richards and Ben Boyd have not sent me their picks yet. So that's where we stand right now. Next up, Saints at Titans, Andy.
This was a little bit tougher, Joe. The Saints are 5-3. The Titans are 7-2, but they are not the same team that they have been all season with now missing Derrick Henry.
Peterson scored a touchdown for them last
week.
How
about that?
They blew out the Rams.
It's unbelievable that they did it. I don't think they can maintain the magic, Joe. I think the Saints take this one.
You know, last week the Saints in their game against the Falcons lost on a last-second field goal. Meanwhile, the Titans, as we mentioned, blew out the Rams. I think being back at home, I think having a full week of practice without Derrick Henry and knowing what this team's going to look like, probably for the rest of the regular season, I'm with Claibs, Frank, and Hoff. I'm going Titans on this one. Next up, Seahawks at Packers. Andy, we have Aaron Rodgers back in the saddle.
Seahawks at Packers. I'm going to go Packers.
That's where Claibs, Hoff, and Frank went. I think we are going to see kind of the opposite of the Browns. The Packers are adding back in the issue at hand. That is Aaron Rodgers. He's back there. He's back in the mix. I think the Seahawks go to Green Bay and I think they win this game. I think you see more issues with the Packers this week, adding Aaron Rodgers back in. That's where I'm going with this. And finally, Andy, Chiefs at Raiders. Chiefs got a win last week. They beat the Packers at Arrowhead, but now they have to head to Vegas.
Classic rivalry in the NFL, Joe. Always a barn burner when these two meet. I am going to go again. The Chiefs. Did the Chiefs win last week?
They won. They beat the Packers at Arrowhead.
Hang on, let me look at something here real quick.
Yeah, Jordan Love's parents were sitting in the very top row at Arrowhead.
Oh, how lovely!
Yeah,
lovely for them. I think they can keep it up. I'm gonna go Chiefs.
There's too many issues. There's too many issues right now with that Raiders team. It is the Sunday night game.
Yep.
I cannot bring myself to pick the Raiders right now with everything they have going on in a game right now that, I mean, God, it's so important for I'm picking the Chiefs. I think the Raiders are going to win though, but I'm putting my name next to the Chiefs.
Has anybody picked the Raiders?
Nobody has picked the Raiders yet.
Yeah, it's a tough
I know.
It's a tough pick, man.
I know. There you go. There's our picks, our NFL, our college picks, our Claibs Online football pick'ems right here on Weekend Joe, driven by Munganass St. Louis Acura, Munganass Alton Toyota. Hey, those picks brought to you by Trican Consulting and also Kevin Miller of Caldwell Banker Gundaker. You'll hear from him in just a second. Do want to let you know, Munganass St. Louis Acura, they want you to give them a call, 314-822-2872. to see what they have on the lot as 2022s are starting to roll in. Munganass St. Louis Acura is the nation's only 29-time Acura Precision Team winner. You can go there on Manchester, 13720 Manchester Road, or shop from home at stlouisacura.com. That's stlouisacura.com, the title sponsor here of Weekend Joe. We will take a break. When we come back, Dan Shaughnessy of the Boston Globe, Matt Snyder of CBS, talking baseball with him. And then we will be back to talk little crack slippers for you right here on Weekend Joe here on ClaibsOnline.com.
Ooh.
Oh no, what's going on here? I just got texted, terrible game. It's 3-3 at halftime.
Oh, the Thursday night game?
Yeah.
Who's playing tonight?
It is Ravens Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
Funny. Yeah, buddy just texted me that. I need to text Maris. I can check his DMs. All right, so let me bring up these crack slippers. Frank Gore. Do you say Duran or Darren Williams?
I've heard it pronounced Duran.
That's how I have always said it. So I just wanted to make sure. Where's that other story? All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back into Weekend Joe, driven by Munganass St. Louis Acura, Munganass Alton Toyota. It's the final segment here of the show, as it's a little shorter. I know we're going a little shorter than usual. Andy a little bit under the weather, but he is he's being a trooper, and he is battling on here in the show. Andy, we'll be back stronger next week. We'll be a little earlier next week too. I'm heading to Nashville on Thursday, so we'll do the show Wednesday here. So that's it'll be a little times. Yeah, we'll be doing a little shorter here before I head over to Nashville the Music City, they call it.
Nash Vegas, I've heard it called too.
I've heard it called that. I've also heard Belleville called Bell Vegas. So hopefully Nashville's a little more exciting.
Although I've heard that when you call a piece of shit a diamond, it's still a piece of shit.
I thought you said pizza at first. It took me a second to walk my way through that one.
Piece of shit.
Oh, you know what's not a piece of shit? It's crack slippers. We do it each and every week, and Andy, if you would.
This shitty segment. Drop out of that, Joe. Some stories just aren't meant to hit the mainstream news. We picked those stories up here on Weekend Joe. These are the Crack Slippers with Joe Roderick on ClaibsOnline.com.
Andy, I'm going to start with this just quickly. I saw this story the other day, and we don't get drama like this too often in the world of sports. Paris Saint-Germain, the football team over in France, women's football team.
He's French.
What?
He's French.
The midfielder Amanita Diallo. She has been released from custody. She was detained for questioning on Wednesday, Andy, about an attack on her teammate, Kiera Hamarai.
Oh, my goodness.
According to the Versailles prosecutor's office, she has been released without charging.
Let's go back to
but
that.
there still is an investigation going on. You see, Andy, masked men attacked Hamarai following an evening out with Diallo and another teammate. They think Diallo was pulling a Tanya Harding.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Joe.
Amaro was hit several times with a metal bar and needed stitches in her hands and legs.
It's Versailles, not Versailles.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's okay.
Sorry. I took French in high school. I should know that.
You should know. Oh, my God. You should know that.
Yeah. It's been a long time, though.
Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. So she got Tanya Harding, huh?
And that's what it sounds like. And they questioned this the woman on the team. I guess she backs her up on there. Maybe wanted some extra playing time. And yeah, but so far nothing coming of it. But something that's a story to follow. It's definitely a story to follow. You know what else is a story to follow?
What's that, bud?
These stupid celebrity boxing matches.
They're real stupid.
So there is one coming up. I don't know the date on it. I'm sure I could look quickly and find the date on this. Andy, it is the main event. It's December 18th. The main event is Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm reminded of this every time. There are two Paul brothers. There's Jake Paul and Logan Paul. They're two different people, completely different people. I don't know which one. I don't know the difference between them. I couldn't tell you. Don't care to learn. Not gonna look it up.
Okay.
But Andy, on this undercard, it has been announced. Frank Gore, the NFL running back. It says here ex-NFL running back. I don't think he's officially retired. I think he's waiting to find a job. Is going to fight former NBA and Fighting Illini point guard Deron Williams.
Wow.
They're both going to weigh in at 215, and it's going to be for 4 rounds.
Oh, man.
Apparently, Gore has been training and boxing for years and has actually declined advances from NFL teams this year to focus on his first fight. Williams is a longtime combat sports enthusiast and has trained for years in MMA. He's also part owner of an MMA gym in Dallas. That's where he's going to train for this fight. Gore, 38 years old. 38 years old. Was with, he was with the Jets in 2020. I don't see an age here on Deron Williams. I feel like he's around my age.
I feel like around your age. He was on the 2005 team, right?
I thought so. He was on the team that went to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was 16 years ago.
Andy, that's not the only card or fight that might be on the undercard here.
You're kidding.
Andy, Jake Paul's girlfriend, Julia Rose, has challenged Tommy Fury's girlfriend, Molly May Hogg, to a mud wrestling match.
Shut up, Joe. Shut up. You're lying.
That's according to TMZ.
Well, they know all.
Yeah. So very much looking forward to this.
Well,
it says
good luck with all the.
It says Jake Paul's girlfriend, but Julia Rose, her Instagram, her name is Julia Rose Paul. So I guess she's just taken on his name.
Yeah. Hey, even though we're not married, we're married.
Right.
Suck it, big
Take
boy.
on the name for the Insta fame.
Right.
Okay.
Well, good luck to the stormy combatants there, Joe.
I know it's something to look at if you need to. Yeah. By the way, Julia Rose is the World Series flasher. If you remember that story.
Ah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do what you will with that information. And finally, Andy, the holidays are coming up right around the corner.
Oh, they sure are, Joe.
With that being said, sometimes to deal with your family, you need to drink. You need to drink a lot. Arby's is launching a new French fry flavored vodka, available in crinkle and curly cut flavors.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Not necessary.
A vodka that tastes like Arby's.
Boy, I had one of those Arby's Euros yesterday for lunch. Real good.
Yeah?
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm looking here. Yeah, the Arby's vodka is available. Is available next week, November 18th. You can find it online at arbysvodka.com.
You can't get it at your local Arby's?
It does not say if you can or you cannot.
I doubt they have a liquor license to be able to sell the vodka.
Oh, hey, Andy, before we get out of here today, I want to say we are recording this on Thursday, and that is Veterans Day. I do just want to say to any and all of our veterans out there that are listening, thank you so much for your service that you have provided this country during your lives. We greatly appreciate it, and we really do respect what you have done with protecting this country. So I do want to make sure to mention that here on this Veterans Day.
Without a doubt, I share the same sentiments.
Andy, get better. Drink some orange juice. Drink some Sprite. Do whatever you need to do to get rid of whatever bug it is that you have coursing its way through your entire body. And hopefully by next week you will be much healthier and much more vibrant as your
usual
hope so,
self. Joe.
What was that?
I sure hope so.
Yeah, me too. If not, we got issues. We really do. So you take care of yourself. You get better. For everybody else out there, appreciate you guys listening to the show today. As always, check out everything we have over at ClaibsOnline.com. Check out our YouTube page. Lots of videos up there, too. So do all of that and see all of the content we put out each and every week right here on Claibs Online. This has been Weekend Joe, driven by Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Alton Toyota. As always, it's right here. It's Claibs Online.